Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. We're 5 nights a week. We come true and we give you the latest, the greatest, the shameless, largely from the famous. I am JD, aka He Who Pods. Glasses on today, so also rear view mirror.
Who am I? Mary or Lil Kim?
Some hybrid, I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. A nice blend of the two.
Yeah. Thinking you are Dash, aka I Can Love You Better Than She Can.
This is why. This is why me and you are here. We'll try to maintain. These allergies are kicking my ass, but I'm Dash,
Yes.
aka thank you, aka Dashy D, aka the real king of R&B, aka I Can Love You, aka cool grandma, but not really.
Bring back AKAs.
Yeah, because I'm cold and and it's 70 degrees outside. I can use my space heater right now. That's a very cool grandma, but not really moment.
It
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
Make AKAs cool again.
Yeah. Yes.
Make AKAs great again.
Okay. Nope. All right. So let's get started because we're not doing that.
Remember all the remixes of the hats?
Yeah, I remember.
Like make Kanye great again.
Which was more of the same, if you ask me.
Wow. Then there was make Platanos 99 cents again. 4 for $1 again. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I would wear a hat that says lower the price of oxtail, but that's just me.
It would have to say make oxtail cheap again.
Sure, but I don't want it to say that. Anyway,
Let's get it
uh,
started.
let's go. So we've got a few topics today. We're gonna start with some Issa Rae.
Okay, your girl.
Yeah, I love Issa Rae. I'm very inspired by her. I think she's super dope, really talented on and off screen. Um, and she does great things for Black creators. And she has been doing that for as long as I can remember. Um, whether it be the music on her shows or just putting people on and giving people jobs, or creating new lanes for people. She's done. I mean, I know she's got her coffee shop in LA. She's got the record label. She's got a bunch of different things outside of just creating um, great culturally relevant television and movies. So, all that being said, obviously, I have an affection for her. But all of that being said, her company, Color Creative, has teamed up with Tubi to give new creators a platform. Um, So let me read this real quick. Issa Rae's latest partnership is a full circle moment. This is according to HuffPost. The insecure creator who got her start by creating her own lane and community on the internet is helping up and coming creators do the same. Color Creative, the management company co-founded by Rae and led by CEO Talitha Watkins, has partnered with Tubi to launch Studio, a program that gives 5 creative teams the opportunity to develop their debut projects, which will premiere on the streaming service. Color Creative will mentor the creators, and Tubi will fund their productions. Now, I know a lot of y'all, I don't even know that y'all complain about Tubi. I feel like y'all really don't complain about Tubi. What y'all do is talk about some of the flaws in the programming on Tubi
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't see
and
it getting
poke fun.
complained about. I see it getting mocked.
Yeah, I
Excuse
think
me.
think people are entertained by the clumsy nature of the way some of the content on Tubi is produced. But I
Yeah.
think this is a great way for them to clean that up a bit, you know? I think it'll be really cool to see new creators get an opportunity to show us their stuff and really express their talent. So I like this idea. I mean, I wouldn't have thought Tubi if somebody would have told me that she was doing something like this with a
I
streaming
thought
service.
HBO.
I would have thought HBO. I would have even thought Amazon. Amazon's got a lot going on over there. Um, a lot of original content these days. They're in the movie business now. So, you know,
Yeah.
I would have thought that. But I actually like this because I feel like this is giving power to a streaming service that is thriving. I mean, people talk about Tubi all the time. And
They do.
why not? I think it's a big get for them to have to be able to partner with Issa Rae. And I
Yes.
think it's a really cool thing for her to use their platform and their popularity to help other creators create. So, really excited about that.
That's exactly what I thought you'd say.
Okay.
So I do have some pause. I read
Uh-huh.
that there are already some pre-selected people and projects,
Uh-huh.
but that there will also be a contest
Mm-hmm.
for the remaining selected, for the remaining amount of projects,
Uh,
and
oh, I
that
have
gives
another
me
thought.
pause.
Okay. No, you go ahead. You tell us why you have paused, and then I will. I too feel that way. Not necessarily about that, but yes, I had a thought when I was reading about this that was not, you know, positive dash. But go for it, please.
Yeah, I just think that it seems like some projects are already pre-approved, and that gives me pause. And then also, like, what's up with this contest? Like, I mean, sure, people have to compete. I get that part, but it doesn't seem to be uh fair in a sense if there are already projects that are pre-approved. Seem like they came in with people or already had people in mind, and so that gives me pause. I'm not saying it's a bad thing; it just makes me question. And then I guess we need to know more about the contest, because I agree there should be some vetting process. Sure, right? Six
Mm-hmm.
people, for example, can't just welcome and say, "Hi, I'm JD. I have an idea. Put
Right.
me in the program." Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I always feel weird when it's like a contest.
Yeah.
Um, a submission process. Sure, every platform has a submission process.
Mm-hmm.
Some more thorough than others. Some harder to get into than others. Sure. Um, but it just seems weird to me that you get with arguably the one of the lower platforms, arguably one of the lowest platforms on the ranking list. And then it's like, all right, compete to be in the one where they don't even care about changing their actors mid scene.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to me. Not to knock Issa Rae
Mm-hmm.
specifically, just this venture. Like, some things give me pause. Um, on the flip side of that coin, I think anytime we're doing things where we're embracing other creators, where we're embracing other melanated creators, it's a beautiful thing. And so I applaud her for that. I'm not going to actually clap, but I salute her for that. And her team, yes, as you said, they're doing a lot of great things and giving spotlight to other creators. That's how it should be. And so I want to be clear that I applaud that. I salute that. I think that is a beautiful thing.
I agree. The one thing that I was a little concerned about is that because it's a television show, well, they didn't call it a television show, but there it's going to be content. Like the
Mhm.
actual process of these creators go through is going to be filmed.
Documented.
Yeah, that's what I gathered from that, from what I just read. Um, My concern with projects like this is that sometimes, a lot of times, great creators, I just worry about the creators. I worry about what type of experience they will have given the confines of that type of environment where there's cameras rolling and whatnot. I think that what's comforting is that I don't Issa Rae doesn't have a track record um of leaving people by the wayside. In fact, Issa Rae has a reputation of picking up those who maybe couldn't find their way at some point. A good example of that is Scotty Beam and Sylvia Obell. They had their podcast with Netflix, and Netflix canceled it for whatever reason that was never clear to me. And lo and behold, Issa Rae picked up not that iteration of their podcast, but she gave them a platform to continue podcasting.
Right.
So I don't think she has a track record of doing things that would hurt creators, but I do think when there's, like you said, competition, or there's some sort of like something to be gained from like a production company or whatnot, there's a worry there that they're not going to get their just due,
Right.
or this could hurt them in the long run, depending on you know what type of environment this is. So while I don't think that that's something that she would involve herself in, because that's just not her track record, that was the thing for me where I was like, okay, I kind of wish that this was something that wasn't going to be filmed.
Right.
But it's fine. I get it. Content is everything around us is to be considered content. So
Today, yes, that is true.
yeah. Speaking of more content,
Yes. Tell
the
me.
one
Tell me.
the Wayans brothers have decided that they are reuniting for Scary Movie 6.
Cue up Bras Ghetto Superstar.
Ghetto superstar, that is what you are. Coming from afar, reaching for the stars.
Run away with me, because that's what I want to do at this amount.
To another place, we can rely on each other. Ha 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 ha. From one corner to another.
Let me tell you something. I have a great disdain for the Scary Movie franchise. And I was very happy that they were retiring the Scary Movie franchise. I personally do not want to hear about or see another scary movie in existence in perpetuity for the rest of my life. I am sick of this bullshit that they continue to put out where they just make fun of other movies. Why don't they use their talents to do something else? The family, those two brothers specifically, are so talented. And it's like, you know what? Fuck using our talent. Let's just make fun of all the other shit that's happened this year or this decade or this. It was cute. Like the first one was cute. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, okay, you're gonna make fun of all the shit that's come out. All right, yeah, cool. But it like every couple years, this is the thing. It's
Yeah.
fucking whack. And they're so smart and talented.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's like just a fucking waste.
Where is Sean Wayans? What is he doing? I feel like we see Marlon all the time.
But they're reunited.
and it feels so good. I'm just trying to see if he has any film or TV credits. He hasn't had any film or TV credits since 2016. That's really interesting. I guess I wasn't really thinking about it, just wasn't on my radar. But as you were talking, I was thinking to myself, where is Sean Wayans? Because I haven't seen him. I know Marlon had his show. I don't know if that's still in production. But Marlon, I feel like we see Marlon a lot. We don't see Sean a lot, so it'll be great to have him back on screen. As far as the scary movies go, let me tell you something. I've seen Scary Movie. I don't know how many of them I've seen, but I've seen more than one. I don't remember them. Like, I kind of remember them. Like, I remember them being parodies. I remember some of the like little things. Obviously, the Scream character that's running around and chasing them and all kinds of things like that. But I don't really remember. Like, I couldn't tell you what the plot line, if you will, was of any of the films. I don't even remember exactly what the Wayans brothers did or what happened to them in those films. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, I don't think this is for me because I can't even recall what happened with them in Scary Movie. I don't know, and I don't care. You know what? Y'all don't have to explain it to me. I'm really not interested. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not really the thing that I gravitate towards. So
Me either. And I think it just shows once again, which we come up here and say all the time, the lack of original ideas
yeah,
in Hollywood.
yeah,
Because once again, we see, oh, all right, let's just green light the same old bullshit.
yeah. And I guess for this particular thing, I'm not mad at some of the original characters saying, or some of the original cast saying, we want to get together to do another film. I'm not really mad at that. I just feel like maybe it's for somebody, but it's not for this somebody. So I hope y'all have a good time with it. I'm never going to be mad at a black man getting a check. So
Oh,
good.
nah, get all the money. But that's why I started by saying
Um,
they're so creative. Get together and do some other fly shit.
yeah, of course. I'm not mad at that. Um, But yeah, I feel like do your thing, and if you are into the scary movies, the scary movie franchise, then this is for you. It is not for us, apparently.
Yeah,
So,
all three of y'all, because it'll go straight to fucking Netflix.
oh, I wonder if that's what's gonna happen. I guess we'll see. This seems like this is beginning stages of this, so we'll see. Um, so I want to close it out with Forbes just dropped the top creators of 2024 list. And some people we know are on this list. I know we did a list last week. We did Ebony 100 Power 100. But I saw this today and I was like, huh, huh, this is interesting. So these are the top YouTubers and Instagrammers. The top
And we
paid
can,
YouTubers and Instagrammers.
okay, top
Now,
page. Got
you want me to go through the whole list or you want me to just call out the ones we know? All right, number one is Mr. Beast. I don't know him. Number three is Matt Rife.
Everybody knows Mr. Beast, whether you like it or not.
Oh, when I said I don't know him, I meant the next person.
Matt Rife?
Matt Rife. No,
Yes, you.
I skipped over. You told me not to read the whole list.
Oh, okay, got it. I
Matt,
understand. I'm
Matt
sorry.
Rife. Matt Rife is number three. 30.4 million followers, earnings $50 million. How much does Mr. Beast make?
Ridiculous amounts.
$85 million.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. All right. We've got, I feel like I know this name, but I don't know this person. Alex Cooper. Marcus Brownlee.
The people we know. Come on.
All right. I don't know any of these people. These look like sisters. Okay. I promise you we know more people on this list. Because I'm going Drewski. Drewski's earnings are $12 million. Total followers 18.4 million. That's pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Yes.
Okay, so we know these names, but I don't know a whole lot about them. Logan Paul and Jake Paul are both on the list.
We know the brothers. Yep. The boxing brothers.
Jordan the Stallion.
Hold on. What's it say the brothers make?
Oh, sure. Let's go back.
Since, you're putting all of us on blast.
Logan Paul, his earnings are $9.8 million. Total followers 76.1 million. Jake Paul earnings are 13.6 million. Total followers 69.9 million. There's also other scores. There's an average engagement and then an entrepreneurship score, but I haven't been reading that. I just want to read this quote by Jordan the Stallion. It says, "It's the people who never intended to be in this space who always thrive so well in this space. People succeed the best when it's something they're learning. There's a level of humbleness." I'm so excited for Jordan. I didn't realize he was making that much money.
Well, come on, give it to us.
I didn't get to his. That's just a quote right now. I didn't get to his name yet. There's still other creators in front of him, so I'm just trying to get to him. He's kind of, well, I guess he's not. He's a little further down in the list. I don't know any of these people, and that person looks like a very young person. Oh, yep. Child star Kaji is earning $35 million and has 33.16 million followers. Wild. Kai Sanat, 8.5 million.
That's really low. I thought he'd be way higher.
Me too.
Because he's the man. Right?
He sure is.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm making 0 millions. Let me be clear. So,
right, of course.
Not hating. I think Kai Cenat, I just thought like Kai Cenat is visually, the optics are that he is killing shit out here. So I thought he'd have higher numbers than that in comparison to some of the other numbers you just read.
Yeah, no, I understand. Oh, Flau J. Johnson, $7 million.
I don't know who that is.
She plays for Louisiana State, LSU.
Got it.
Nara Smith. I don't know her that well, but I do know her. Okay, Jordan the Stallion is number 43. Earnings $4.5 million.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I don't know who these people are. It's a long list. I didn't realize the list was this long. I mean, I'm excited to see that there are quite a bit of creators of color. I don't think they're the majority, but they're there, which I think is great. Y'all go get your money, okay? Get your money, because there is more than enough out there. So, and it just goes to show you, if there is something that you are moved to create it. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, I agree totally. I mean, but I'm Mr. Podcast, so I think they know that already. But yeah, I totally agree with that. I think this is great that they are getting some shine. I do not like that it tells us how much they're allegedly making. I know that's kind of Forbes thing, but
that's what the Forbes list is about.
Yeah, I know, but we don't. I don't think that part is cool.
I think the fact that we're living in a world where page transparency is becoming more and more prevalent. I kind of like maybe this is not the way to share their earnings with a list that gets published and then advertised and all of that. Maybe that's not the right way to do it. But I do feel like, especially when it comes to content creation, because there are people who are now trying to make careers out of being content creators, I kind of think it helps to know what the market looks like.
Yeah, but that's
Helps.
why I don't like the list, because everybody up there doesn't do the same thing. Therefore, they
No.
can't get paid the same thing. So pay transparency is not relevant in this list, because if Mr. Beast has a restaurant, a deal with Wawa's, and 5 other things, that's not the same as Jordan the Stallion getting paid to do promo ads with Halle Berry.
So maybe Mr. Beast is not the best example of this, but it's kind of like when you, like, let's say in corporate America, the you're not gonna lower level employees. It wouldn't behoove them to compare their salaries to the CEO of the company or C-level executives because they're not comparable. So I totally understand. It's the same thing as far as I'm concerned. But what I do think can exist is, okay, this is how much I'm making, and maybe total earnings is probably not the right thing. That's why I said maybe this is not exactly what that looks like. But just knowing what's just understanding what dollars are out there, because there's no guidebook, there's no pay scale for how much creators can make. And I think in a lot of creative spaces, people are still trying to figure out how much they can make.
Yeah.
um I've heard a lot of creators even talk about, I've heard creators of color talk about the fact that they've found out how much um white creators are making, and learning that, and they're doing similar things or the same things, and they're learning that they're not making as much. I think those things still exist in whatever space you're in. So I'm not really mad at people being a little bit more transparent about what they're making. I understand that it's a sliding scale. Two people, the chances of two people making exactly the same thing, probably unlikely. But because there's different factors that come into play when when you're creating your rates, when you're pricing things, or even just the way that um, platforms pay people is just different depending on how many followers you have. There's tiered systems, like everybody doesn't make the same amount of money. So I guess my point is, I think there's a world where this is helpful to people. Um, no, I don't think for the creator that's not making any money or only making, I don't know, $200 a month or something like that, I don't think it behooves them to look at what Mr. Beast is making to decide that they're not getting paid enough money. But I do think if there's a creator that does something similar or gets the same type of brand campaigns or things like that, I think it would behoove you to know at least what a brand is willing to pay, or what certain companies or certain platforms are willing to pay. And that kind of helps you gauge how you create your own rates.
Right.
That's
But
all.
none of that is in this list.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's my point. I think that I think that this list is too wide in variety of what even the people we know,
Mhm.
and we didn't know a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
They do vastly different things. So
Mhm.
to post what they make really doesn't help in what you're saying, because Mr. Beast has mad shit going on. Jordan the Stallion, and I'm not picking on Jordan the Stallion. Let me use another name. Drewski is doing vastly different things than Mr. Beast. So it's not apples to apples. Now, if we're gonna create a list of apples to apples, okay, that's fine. But I just feel like posting these millions of dollars that everybody is making. I know that's Forbes' thing. I just feel like it doesn't really necessarily need to be here for this because of the fact that so many of them do these very different things.
Hmm. And yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
My last thought would be I would love to meet somebody who works at Forbes and like works closely with the list because I would love to know how accurate the lists are. I don't believe they're accurate, but I would love
No,
to
they're
know
ballpark.
what the disparity is between
Right.
what is real and what's because I'd imagine the fact that they put it in a list and publish it means that they probably pad the numbers or lessen the numbers or you know what I mean. I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
that's what
supposed to
they
be ballpark.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm very
It's
curious.
estimates, it's not down to the last penny.
Right. So I'm very curious what those estimates truly are. Like what is the percentage we're taking off or adding on to these numbers to
Right.
get
Yeah,
the
what's the give or
list?
take?
Yeah, I would love to know what that is. So if anybody works at Forbes and is not afraid of getting into trouble,
Put your secret trade information in our comments.
oh no, send me a little message or something. Send us a message. Send us a little DM or something like that. And let's chat. Let's chat. And on that
Ladies
note,
and gentlemen, this has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We
get
appreciate
to
you.
the sun.
And
That is
we're,
what you
we're
want.
gonna get out the ghetto today and we'll see you tomorrow.
Reaching for the stars. Bye.